Hayes, you can edit all this out. It's okay, buddy. We apologize for this.
Welcome to episode 31 of the Frenemies podcast. Super Bowl Sunday is this Sunday. The Cincinnati Bengals will be going to Los Angeles to face the Los Angeles Rams. Jackson, I guess you're a Bengals fan now. You're like that, so you can guess.
Are you really wearing that?
Yeah, so I've been a Bengals fan.
Shame! Shame! Look at the jersey behind you. Shame! Shame!
Why are you wearing that?
Pathetic. You're pathetic.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Pathetic.
Hold on, shut up. Let him talk. Why are you wearing that?
What do you mean? I'm rooting for the Bengals.
They're in our division.
Okay,
He
but
bought
they're
a Joe
not
Burrow
rivals.
shirt.
Anyone in our division, I would consider a rival.
No.
They're not Steelers or Ravens level, but they're
Right,
they're still
that's a rivalry. If I just dislike a team, that's not a rivalry. I just don't like them.
But you're wearing the jersey?
Yeah, I got no issue with Cincinnati. They got great people, great chili, a lot of good things about Cincinnati.
Skyline chili's awful.
Skyline's fantastic.
It's so bad. It's honestly so. Because Jack, you never actually had good chili before in your
I
life.
have had good chili.
I
No, you haven't.
It's just
No,
chili with spaghetti and cheese is even better.
Jack, once you have good chili and then you have that crap, it's.
I go back to Skyline every day of the week. It's unbelievable. So, Super Bowl. What are we going to talk about?
The Super Bowl?
You got any topics for us?
I'll start off. I have a question. We just need to move on from Jack. We just can't carry over the Nick Mullins thing. We just can't have that cycling into every NFL episode because we just can't.
I'll bring that up for a while.
I have a question. Did you guys see what Chad Ochocinco said
No.
about ticket prices? So he said, how is it fair that these ticket prices are so insanely expensive? How is that fair to the diehard fans of those teams
No, I totally agree with that.
to be able to support their team in the biggest game of their lives?
Instead of it being the true fan.
I'm so confused.
So Super Bowl tickets are outrageously expensive, right?
No, yes, they're Super Bowl tickets.
Right. And he's saying, how is that fair to the person who works 9 to 5 to go support the team that they've been a diehard fan of forever?
Well, first off,
Hunter, they
they're
won't be able to afford tickets. Do you understand
No,
that, buddy?
I'm aware of that,
Okay.
but I think it's a stupid point. I mean,
If-
Super Bowl
if
tickets
you're-
are going to be expensive.
If you're
no matter
selling
what.
Super Bowl tickets, you don't care about the person working the 9 to 5. Your goal is to make as much money as possible off the biggest day of the year.
Yeah, I don't have an issue.
No,
with that.
I'm complete with Carter on this one.
So what do you expect?
Okay, who's-
Well, I'm just
No,
asking.
Support from the
I'm-
comfort of your TV.
No, they don't have to be that expensive. I understand for them being expensive. That's fine. But the fact that these tickets are the lowest. What's the lowest ticket?
$5,000 right now.
Wow. Is it really?
$5,000
For the
for the
top.
cheapest, for the last
So
row in SoFi
what,
Stadium.
what fans are going to be filling the stadium then? A bunch of rich people that's probably just being their very first NFL game going to since probably the last Super Bowl when they just bought it.
Right, but if you're selling Super Bowl
So the
tickets, you're not going to
atmosphere
take
is not going to be great. It's
Right,
not-
right,
it's
but
not
if you're
gonna be-
okay,
it's
that's
not gonna
fine. But look, if you're selling Super Bowl tickets, you're not going to intentionally make the prices lower and make a deficit because someone's working a 9 to 5.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just not. Jackson, they're putting it absurdly expensive for a reason. They're
Right, to
already
make money.
No, to make an absurd amount of money. They're going to make a solid amount of money.
The highest
They can put
ticket.
tickets at $1,000.
The highest ticket listed right now is $55,000. 55000.
I don't even care about the highest amount. I care about the lowest amount.
55,000. That's a yearly
So what do you
salary
think the
for
lowest
some
amount should
people.
The lowest amount should be between like 500 to like 1,000.
No, stop it. The Super Bowl? That's ridiculous. It's the biggest day of the year.
All right, so Jackson,
The
you want a
biggest-
bunch. We want a bunch of rich
Yeah, I
people that never
disagree
watch
with that.
football to be at the game instead of
Yeah,
actual
that's
Bengals
fair.
fans.
No,
and
preferably.
actual Rams
preferably
fans. No, that's what you want.
No,
That's
preferably.
exactly
No,
what
it's
you
not
want.
because preferably.
That's not.
No. Preferably, you're right. Ideally, it's a bunch of diehard Bengals
Yeah.
fans. Well, they're diehard Rams fans.
You
don't
can
really
get both
exist.
things
But
and companies making a profit. They just don't have to be absurdly expensive.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
Your
I
goal is
don't-
to make as much money as possible. You don't care about the feelings of the people going to the game. You don't care about the atmosphere. You want to make as much money
You
as
should
possible.
care about the
You
atmosphere.
should.
That's
You're
what I'm
right.
saying.
You're
You
right.
should.
You're right. But Jake, this is why you're never going to be a prominent business guy selling
I'm
Super
not
Bowl
thinking.
tickets.
I'm not thinking from the business side, Jack.
That wasn't my question.
I'm thinking of the fans, you incoherent moron. I don't care about the business guy with the Super Bowl. I care about the fan. No one cares about the billionaire owner of SoFi Stadium. Oh my God.
That's fine.
Thank you, Jake. That was my question. Should it be changed because of the fans? Because
Shit, companies want to make money. I understand that. But you don't
Because
make it absurdly
people-
expensive to only
people
rich
who
people
have
can go.
I
kids
don't understand your take at
and
all.
have a job. Okay, Jack, let me paint the picture for you. Okay,
Let's see a Picasso.
you're 60 years old, right?
Sure.
The Browns are finally getting over the Baker Mayfield years.
Baker Mayfield finally died. He's off the team.
You have 4 kids, all in the high school years. At 60, we'll say 50. 50 years old. You got 4 kids, all in the high school years. Beautiful wife.
Nice.
9-to-5 job. Let's say you're making like $200K a year. Okay.
Nice.
You got to figure out how to put little Johnny in college.
If I'm making $200K a year, I don't gotta worry about little Johnny.
Well,
Rachel wants a new car.
Who's Rachel? My daughter, my wife.
Your daughter. Little Jim.
I would not name a kid.
He wants a new basketball hoop.
That's fine.
Little Rebecca. She wants a nice
Ew,
Barbie
I would not
house.
name a kid Rebecca. I'm sorry, I wouldn't name a kid
And
Susan.
your wife,
Sarah.
your wife, Sarah.
No, I would never marry a Sarah. My daughter.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's a scenario.
It doesn't
It's a
matter.
scenario.
Just
I'm
let it happen.
first. I'm about
Yeah,
to first.
just let me. So, the Browns. Okay, I would consider you, Jackson. Yeah, I would consider you a diehard Browns
Oh, I'm a
fan.
diehard.
Considering he's wearing a Joe Burrow shirt.
Right. That's where I've started to question it recently, but I would consider everyone here a diehard Browns fan.
Yeah, this is just because my dad's a diehard Bengals
Whatever.
fan.
They finally get to the Super Bowl. Okay, it has been with your 50 years plus what has it been 100 years now since they've won a championship. It'll be 150 years.
You know, we won a championship in 1964. It's been like 60 years.
We've never won a Super Bowl. Call it 100.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Over 100 years.
So about 100 years, 110, 100 years. So, and we've never won a Super Bowl. We've never won one. And because the ticket prices are little hefty, little 15,000, you have to choose between your daughter's college and a Super Bowl.
Oh,
Is that right?
Rebecca's working on the streets so I can go to a Browns Super Bowl. I'm sorry, it's not even close.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why Jack will never be a father or even be in the position to be one, much less
So, Carter,
married.
this scenario. Ask Jack. Do you think I can't talk to him right now? Ask him if it's right.
Is it right? Is it right?
Is it right
From
for
a
that?
business perspective, yes, it is.
Is it right?
Jack, I completely agree with you there.
Thank you.
Honestly,
I don't know
what are you
guys
guys
are
saying?
arguing. What?
Yes, the
I'm
atmosphere.
saying-
yes,
I'm
the
saying-
atmosphere would be better.
here's
yes,
what
there would
me
be
and
better
J-
fans, but
For Game 7
If
of
I'm-
the,
if I'm a-
World Series, how did they sell tickets there? Were they expensive? The
Yes.
usual Indians games, and let's for any World Series. Say the 2016 World Series.
how much were they?
Thousands of dollars. I
How
think
much
the
were
cheapest
they?
one, for standing room only, it was like $900.
I don't think it was that.
That's not
much.
true.
I think it was like
That's not
$60. Which is
How
still,
much?
that's still my thing. $500 to $1,000 ticket.
Well, it's in LA too. I think that has a little bit to do with it.
I don't know. Just picture the World Series.
Here's what
It's
me.
500 to 1,000 tickets.
Inflation too.
It still was packed. You still made a ton of money, and the atmosphere was just so amazing. That's why people still remember that World
Oh, yeah, it was
Series.
electric.
Here's what
Well,
here's what me
And
and
the Cubs winning.
here's
All
what
right,
me
at some point we gotta get on.
here's what
No,
me
because I can talk this all day. 'Cause it's so absurd.
here's
in England, in England, Jackson, they have a thing called
we're in
it's
America.
called Wembley. It's called Wembley Stadium.
Don't
I think
you
it's a
dare compare
tournament.
this to soccer.
It's a tournament called the FA Cup. Okay, for the two teams, they play in a tournament, and they come in this. It's the main event, the final thing. It's the final tournament game's the final. And they sell the tickets. They raise them a little bit. They don't raise them too much. Both fans pack the stadiums, actual fans, and it brings people to tears. Just the atmosphere that we have because America is so commercialized and all they care is about freaking money. We're just gonna ruin the whole thing
Hold
about
on,
Super Bowl.
Jack.
And the best
Hold on.
thing about
No.
sports.
Let me
the best thing about sports.
Let me finish this
Fans, the atmosphere, the players. But no, we're a bunch of rich snobs out there on their phone the entire time, just waiting for the halftime show.
I really need to respond to this.
No.
We'll get to you. No, actually, we'll get to you. You're right.
I am right.
You are right. You are right. In a utopia, this would be the best case scenario. Low ticket
Jackson,
prices.
I'm not saying low. I'm saying
Let-
500 to 1,000.
let me finish this point.
You can
Here's
still
what
make a
he's saying.
profit and still have a great
Here's what he's
atmosphere.
saying.
I'm well aware.
Here's
of
what he's saying.
Carter. I don't know how we can dump
The
this
$20 tickets for all the loyal fans who go to the dog pound every weekend, or whatever the Cincinnati Bengals thing is
jungle.
being bought by billionaires who haven't gone to a game in 15 years
I understand.
to go to the Super Bowl game. Plus, and he's not talking about those tickets being resold. You can't control that. And we're not
Guys,
saying
Carter.
we're not even saying the business part is bad. No. Let
Let
me
him finish.
We're not saying the business part is bad. The NFL business is smart for raising the tickets as much as possible, but the fact that some tickets are being sold by SoFi Stadium for $50,000 is astronomically high.
What do you think about this?
If I'm a businessman, why would I not want to try and sell it?
We're not
Oh my
saying
God,
that, Hunter.
Hunter!
Did you hear what I just said?
Understand that.
We just said it's bad. We just said it's wrong on the fans' part. It's wrong on the NFL's part. It's wrong.
The business guy, they're gonna make a profit no matter what, Hunter. Do you understand that?
I get that, but if I want to choose between making $650,000 or $850,000, I'm going to choose $850,000.
Hunter, these are billionaires.
Sure.
Billionaires.
There's a reason they're billionaires.
And we understand that. We're just saying, do you think it's wrong?
The correct business move.
We just said, do you think it's wrong? And me and Jake say yes.
No, I don't think it's wrong. I think it'd be cool to have more diehard fans in the arena, but realistically, that'll never happen.
I couldn't agree more with you. It would be
realistically it can't happen. It happens all over the world for all these finals. It literally happens all over the world, just not for the freaking Super Bowl. Because the U.S. is a bunch of stuck up freaking rich people sometimes. Oh my god, I get me pissed. They're gonna make profit no matter what. They're putting it just so expensive though, so they can buy themselves a new yacht.
And this is not saying like the government should come in and put regulations on the NFL.
And I still think and businesses should be able to make a shit ton of money. That's good for them.
I'm just saying that we're just saying that the NFL, not even that they should, not even that they have to. We're just saying it would be nice because what is the NFL's business? Making people watch games, making us average Joes sit on our couch every Sunday and watch a ton of NFL games, right? It would be nice to see the NFL just repay them a little bit. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all that we can move on after this, but that's just me and Jake's point.
I just want to make one last thing. I'm going to say very calmly we're going to move on because we should probably actually get to the game itself. Okay, there's levels to this. There's like cheap tickets. All right, so you can go to an Indiana Pacers game for $1 like a week ago. All right?
Wow.
There's a good regular priced. Then there's expensive, which is like your good expensive tickets, which is, it's fine. People could still pay for it. They really, 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 really want to go. And then there's absurdly expensive, where no one can buy it except for people that own yachts and just go on vacations for a living. That's my point, and that's wrong. Okay, can we please go to a different segment?
Let's get to the actual game. We already recapped, so we don't got to talk about the previous games. We just got to talk about the Super Bowl. We don't even have to talk about the prices. And I swear to God, Carter, if you bring up Baker Mayfield in this, I'm walking off the set.
It'll happen. I'm just telling you now. You'll make some dumb comment, and then I'll just have to refer to the fact that you... Actually, it'll come up when we talk about the baking cakes.
Actually, you know what? Can I make my dumb comment now?
Jackson,
we may lose Jake if you
Look
do.
what jersey I'm wearing. I'm wearing Joe Burrow's jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I want the worst possible way the Bengals to win.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams might win by 3 scores.
Oh, that's crazy though.
I don't know, it's just for me, because you know how much I hate the Rams because of number 3 and how much... I don't love the Bengals, I like the Bengals. I'm a Bengals guy, I like them. And I want them to win in the worst possible way. 2 reasons. I get to see my father experience the Super Bowl, something I'll probably never experience in my entire life. And then I can see Odell lose the Super Bowl, which will make me just so happy. I swear.
You think you could legit be 3 scores?
Yeah, because on the Rams defensive line, you got Aaron Donald and Von Miller. Name a Bengals offensive lineman for a good reason. Because Isaiah Prince is their right tackle.
Jonah
he is
Williams
the worst.
is okay.
Okay, no,
that's about it.
I have to. Isaiah Prince is the worst offensive tackle I've ever seen in my entire life. I genuinely mean that. I've never seen a worse offensive tackle in my entire life than Isaiah Prince. Because I remember that he's worse than Greg Robinson by a landslide. Because I remember Isaiah Prince at Ohio
Wrong.
State. My dad and I were talking about this.
Wrong.
My dad and I were watching Ohio State games with the Dwayne Haskins era. Big old 78, one of the fattest, most unathletic men I've ever seen on the football field, played at right tackle.
That man would eat you.
Shut up! Every single play, he got beat off the edge. We could be playing Miami of Ohio, and some 5'8", 140-pound defensive end would get by him.
If you show me a Division I 5'8", 140-pound defensive end, I'll give you enough money to buy multiple Super Bowl tickets.
If I show you his film, you'd want to throw up. It hurt my eyes. Anyways, Von Miller and Aaron Donald are going to have an absolute field day on the line.
No, I kind of agree with that, but I think the Bengals will adjust, though. I think there'll be a lot of quick passing games, a lot of screen passes to Jamar Chase.
This is kind of like the Chiefs game. Like every scenario, the Rams are pretty much better.
Yeah, but like
the Bengals just have a feeling. They have a feeling.
But the Chiefs didn't have Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller.
That is what I'm so excited to watch.
Well,
Jalen Ramsey versus Jamar Chase. Oh my goodness.
Jalen Ramsey will eat his. I think Jalen Ramsey dominates Jamar Chase.
I don't know about that. I think Jamar will give him a game.
If Jalen Ramsey shadows Chase the entire game, or at least a majority of the game, I think Ramsey will win that matchup, and it won't be that close.
That's a really unpopular opinion right now.
I think Ramsey will shut down Jamar Chase.
I'm not saying I disagree. I'm just saying there are a lot of people who are saying that if Ramsey shadows Chase, it'll be a repeat of the Marlon Humphrey.
Oh, no.
Jamar Chase.
No, because if Ramsey is shadowing Chase, then Burrow's got to go to T. Higgins.
Or Tyler Boyd. Like, he still has options.
Tyler Boyd's still solid, too.
Yeah.
But T. Higgins is blown away. TJ was on, but he's out, so it would be true sample, I'm fairly certain.
Is what's his name still on there?
Mason Trek.
Yeah.
He's on the practice squad. He's still on the
He
roster.
got hurt.
For those of you who don't know, Mason Trek is a former tight end of Edina High School, where we go, and now he's in the NFL with the Bengals.
He's on the practice squad?
He's still on the practice squad, but I think he could get the call to the active roster. I'd be
He's not
surprised.
playing.
Oh, Trek is?
He's hurt.
Okay.
That sucks.
So would that be the match we're most looking forward to?
Ramsey Chase?
Ramsey Chase?
I feel like it'd have to be. Now, over under, Aaron Donald 3 sacks.
Over.
Are you serious?
I don't know. I think the Bengals
Over
are...
3 sacks?
Yeah, because
Under.
the Titans' defensive line is it's not even close to the level of the Rams, and they sacked Burrow 9 times.
I know, the Bengals still won.
The Bengals aren't dumb. They maybe suck at their offensive line may suck, but they aren't dumb. They're going to double them. You got
Right, but then there's still Von Miller.
Then Von Miller might have a field day. Well, who would you choose to stop, Aaron Donald or Von Miller?
Aaron Donald.
I mean, Aaron Donald, but you also got to remember, how are you going to run on this team either?
That's my point last week. The 49ers and Rams were the two most complete teams. Not even saying they have the most talented pieces, not even saying whatever, even though in the Rams case, they might. Cooper Kupp may be that guy, but they're the most complete team, and they're if they don't turn the ball over and they finish drives, I mean, they're really hard to beat.
I think the matchup I'm looking forward to is Cooper Kupp against the Bengals secondary. Because the Bengals were able in the second half, they were able. But what did Tyreek Hill do in the second half? Nothing. If they can hold Cooper Kupp to under 6 catches and under 80 yards, they win the football game.
I have a question.
I think the complete key for Cincinnati, they'll be able to get some things offensively. I think they'll put up 24 points, 27 points. They need to stop Cooper Kupp. Because Odell Beckham won't beat you. Cooper Kupp will beat you. You stop Cooper Kupp, you win the game.
Do you think the Bengals rush 3?
No, you can't rush 3 and win. It just doesn't work. You have to.
They did it. They did it on the sack against Mahomes.
So one play that you knew it was a pass. You got a QB spot.
I think third and goal, and the Chiefs were trying to get the end zone. Or field goal even. Like they weren't playing like aggressive.
I think you mix it up, but even if you're playing zone, it's a shell to Cooper Kupp. If you're in man, everyone's in man, and then you're doubling Cooper Kupp. Yeah. For me, I would allow any other person to beat us. Cooper Kupp does not get more than 5 to 6 catches.
I think the real problem though is going to be the run game
For the Bengals or Rams?
for the Bengals defense.
You think the Rams offense will have
I think the Rams offense will have a very good run game.
I don't know. I would put Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee, Odell Beckham on a much higher pedestal than I would Cam Akers.
I think Cam Akers has more yards out of the backfield than he does running the ball. Receiving.
He does.
I'm just saying him and Sony Michel.
They haven't done anything on the ground this year.
No, they have.
No, but when they commit to the run,
Right, that's what I'm
I see a
saying.
scenario where they commit to the run,
Especially if they're gonna double Cup early.
Hold on. If the Rams commit to the run and go away from what works, they lose the Super Bowl. That happens every year. If a team goes away from what works, they're going to lose the Super Bowl.
Jack, it has worked.
I know, the run game?
When teams have doubled Cup and they've ran the ball, it
I'm
eventually
saying
frees
if your
Cup.
game plan is long drives and it's not what you're accustomed to, psychologically.
Just 'cause you're running doesn't have to be a
especially
run.
at first, I could see them doing a lot of the run, making the Bengals forced to stop the run game and then opening up the pass game.
I don't know. As a football fan, that's something I'm really not a big fan of, is changing up your scheme for certain games. If you have something that works, you have
They're
to
not
go with it.
changing their scheme, Jack. They've
I'm
run
just saying, I
all
don't think
year.
you should go. I don't think you should
understand.
go
No, I
for
get what
long.
you're
You get what I'm saying? I don't think you should go for long.
I'm not saying they should
drives and
either.
lots of runs. You got to keep doing what you.
I'm saying when they go into their I formation that they've ran a lot this year with a tight end or sometimes no tight ends, they should run the ball and run it early.
That's where we disagree.
No, I think run it early too. I think
If you run it
Stafford, I think Stafford will struggle early.
I don't mind establishing the run game, but no more than like a drive or two. Like Stafford's got to get going.
I'm not saying religiously hand the football off. I'm just saying run it the first couple of first downs to alleviate some of that safety help off Kupp. I mean, Cooper Kupp's good enough where he's going to get open either way. But and then I just think someone else on the Rams offense has to make a play, and I think it'll be the running back.
Akers
I just think it'll be the running back in the line.
or Michelle. One of the two.
Can we get into the psychological part of this game? Something I think that no one's really paying attention to, but I think plays a very small factor. This game's being played in the Rams' home stadium, SoFi Stadium, and they're the away team. I think that plays a very, very, very small psychological part because they're going to be in a different locker room in the same stadium.
How are the Rams? How?
So let me get this.
So if an NFC stadium, I don't know. It switches every year. I know the AFC is technically hosting the Super Bowl this year.
I thought the higher
SoFi
seed.
Stadium.
They're both 4 seeds though. They're the same seed.
I just know the Bengals with home.
The Super Bowl alternates every year.
Yeah, the AFC is hosting this year.
So let me get this straight.
I just want to hear him go more into like this. What'd you call it?
I think it's very small, but I think it's going to play a small part. Very small.
So the Rams playing in their home stadium as the away team
Yes.
impacts the Rams negatively.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're in the same stadium. You've been here every game. Yeah, you've been here every single home game you played. And now it's just everything's a little different. Different sideline, different things on your sideline, different locker room. I think it plays a small factor. It's just.
I don't hate that.
Thank you.
But it's just the same as playing in a neutral site.
No, it's different. It's your home stadium, and now you're in the different locker rooms and different sideline, but it's your home stadium. It's a little weird.
And that's going to affect them more than the
You're also
Bengals.
seeing a different team come in, take your locker room and take your sideline before the game starts. I think that plays a small part.
How do you guys see this game going? Like early on, do you think it's a game where like the Bengals is another slow start for the Bengals and they come back, or do you think the Bengals like jump on like their hot start they've been on? Rams will be a little bit nervous because they are the favorite. How do you think it plays off?
Let's do this. We're kind of on a time crunch here. Should we go into our predictions now and explain why you're picking the score to be that?
we got like
How you think the
15
game's going to go?
That's fine.
I just have one more question. Who is the X factor for this game?
I think it's Joe Burrow.
On both sides. Who's the X factor for the Bengals? Who's the X factor for the Rams?
Joe Burrow for the Bengals. I think it's just quarterback. I think it's Stafford for the Rams. How is he going to do in the biggest game of his career?
I disagree.
X factor, I think of like a person that's not like the star. That's
Yeah.
Like get out. So I'm not gonna go quarterback. Instead, I'm gonna go with. Even though I think Burrow's extremely important. I'm gonna go T. Higgins for the Bengals.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
And for the Rams, this is actually tough. I'm gonna go Tyler Higbee. I'm gonna go the tight end. I think he'll score a couple. I think he's gonna score a couple touchdowns because they're gonna put so much attention onto.
I like that too.
Coming back.
I was-
Now, he's not gonna change. He's not gonna change the game entirely, but I think he'll get in the end zone.
I was gonna go T Higgins too, but back up here kind of. The only way the Bengals win this game is if the Bengals offensive line plays phenomenal. They have to play.
They gotta play good.
No, phenomenal. They're
not going to play phenomenal.
They have to win this game. They have to.
For like only
them?
giving up like
Sure.
4 sacks.
I mean, they have to win this game. So
Burrow
I guess
can
I'll
sack
say
once or
Bengals.
twice.
I'll say Bengals offensive line, just in general.
I like that pick a lot too.
It has to be a massive X factor if the Bengals really want to win a Super Bowl. Defensively, I'll go Ramsey. Ramsey shuts down Chase is in the game. Like shuts down Chase.
Carter, give us your X factors and how you think the game's going to go in your prediction, and we'll wrap it up like that.
For me, it's the two wide receiver twos. It's T. Higgins and Odell. T. Higgins is going to have to make a play to relieve some pressure off of Chase. And the Rams have targeted Odell when they're in the red zone a lot. And he's going to there's going to be a play where they're going to double cup near the red zone, and he's going to have to make a play and score.
I like actually.
And if he doesn't, I'm not saying the Rams are going to lose the game if he doesn't. I'm just saying it was in last week's Chiefs-Bengals game. It was momentum changing, and it could be a huge momentum swing. But if he scores a touchdown,
Rams Niners game.
no Chiefs in the Chiefs-Bengals game when the Chiefs didn't score, closing in on the half.
Yeah.
It was a huge swing. That's what I'm saying. One of those plays, Odell's going to have to. I feel like he's going to have to make a play to score.
I hope so badly. There's like a slant for a first down, like 3rd and 9. It goes right through his hands and like into Eli Apple's hands. That'd make me so happy. All right,
You know what else is going to make me happy? Eating your cake as I watch. That sounds so terrible. Okay, context, ladies and gentlemen, context. Jack has to bake me and Hunter a cake because we said that we should not blame Odell entirely.
This is like in week 6.
And instead
ago.
we should blame Baker Mayfield.
So long story short, I'm baking Hunter and Carter a cake Super Bowl Sunday. They will be recording me in shame.
And that's the cake I will be consuming while playing in the Super Bowl. Or while not playing, watching the Super Bowl. So just so we clear that up for everyone. But anyway.
So
All right, you want to go predictions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start.
You want me to start?
We'll go around.
Everything about me tells me the Rams win this game. Look at their offense, look at Sean McVay, look at that defensive line. Von Miller, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. It's an unbelievable team. But the Bengals win. And you know
I
why?
really think the Bengals win the Super Bowl.
The more I've been thinking about it, I think they do, and I'll tell you why. You know who I think has the edge here? I think the Bengals have the quarterback edge of Joe Burrow. Because let's look at this year. Joe Burrow in the college football playoffs put up 70 against Oklahoma, so we learned that he can dominate in the biggest game of his career. Then we play the next biggest game of his career against Clemson. You know how that game starts? Down 10-0 to Trevor Lawrence, who many pundits call the greatest quarterback of all time in the history of college football, which is wrong, but that's what people say about him. Anyways.
Find those people, please.
One of the greatest draft prospects.
Sure. Anyways. Joe Burrow, down 10, comes back, wins that game by like 2-3 scores. And then Joe Burrow in the playoffs this year beats the Raiders in a close game, and then shocks the world and beats the Titans in an unbelievable game. And then the Chiefs, down 18 to the defending AFC champs.
That shocked the world.
That shocked the world and that shocked the universe. That shocked the solar system. Although like aliens on Mars couldn't believe that. You know what I'm saying? So Burrow is 5-0. Joe Burrow is 5-0 in his career in the playoffs, college football and the NFL. And I think he gets it done again in the Super Bowl. Like he's been in those big games. I think he's gonna have less nerves than Stafford. Stafford's only ever played in Detroit, and now Stafford's in the biggest game of the world. It's gonna be another great game, but it's gonna be like 23-19 Cincinnati. It's gonna be one of those weird scoring games. Teams are gonna
Couple safeties.
Teams are gonna get Teams are gonna get in the red zone.
As a touchdown and 4 field goals.
McPherson's going to make 3 field goals. Whoever the Rams, Matt Gay,
Touchdown,
right?
4 field goals.
Matt Gay's going to make a couple field goals. There's going to be red zone stops because these teams are going to get timid in the red zone. So anyways, I got 23-19 Bengals win.
All right, so actually, I agree with the quarterback take there. Going into this game, if I had to pick one, I would take Joe Burrow over Matt Stafford, which I think is fair, just because of his moxie. But this is how I see the game going. I think the Rams will have a great game script going in, and kind of like the past 2 Bengals games, they'll start off slow. I have the Bengals going up 10-0, 13-0 in the first. People are going to expect, okay, it's going to roll. They're going to roll them.
The Rams, you mean, going up?
Yeah, Rams are up. And then second, the Rams are winning in the beginning. People are thinking it's going to be a blowout. Then I think the Bengals turn around the game with a turnover. I think they get a turnover. I think it kickstarts everything. The game will go on. Third, fourth quarter. Rams are up this entire way. I think the Bengals are fighting back. But I think Cooper Kupp scores a long touchdown. I don't think the Bengals have enough. I'm going to go Rams 26, Bengals 23.
That makes me feel so much better about my pick because he's 0-4 on Bengals picks this year.
Like I said last week. All right, my opinion.
My dad, you just know my dad's doing like fist bumps somewhere in his office.
I want the Bengals to win too.
All right, smart. Like I said last week, the Rams have pretty much a better everything. Minus quarterback, because I do think Burrow's better than Stafford. But other than that, pretty much just a better roster, better coaching staff overall, more experience. I went the Bengals last week with the feel.
What are you feeling now?
I told Jack last week I was going Rams, and it's been a toss-up since then. And I have not told him. Your dad talked to me. And I haven't made up my mind since then. I think I have to go the Rams.
He's the best NFL picker on the podcast.
I'm going Rams 23-20. I think the Magic runs out for Cincy. I think they get real close. I think this is their one season that they make it this far, and the Magic finally ends in a heartbreaker. I'll go Matt Gay game-winning field goal.
It is so weird that you two are on the same wavelength.
I'm gonna go game winning field goal.
I'll go Matt Gay game-winning field goal, 23-20.
Matty Ice, baby.
Just crushing Cincy.
The true
Just
Matty
crushing
Ice.
Cincy. I'm sorry, Mr. O'Neill, but that's how it has to be.
Who do you want to win?
Bengals. I'll probably be rooting for the Bengals. But
Hip, I cannot wait to hear what you have.
This is just another X Factor shot real quick. Cam Akers has had some fumble problems. That could be the turnover.
That's true.
That could be a huge play in the game.
Since he's been back, he has a couple.
I feel like if the Rams don't have any turnover problems, they'll be fine. I agree with Jake. I think it is going to start with the Rams going up early, and then the Bengals throwing a counterpunch. However, I think the Rams have watched the Bengals beat we'll say one, because they might be better than the Titans, but one team that was more talented, better, and had the advantage, and kind of like, I don't know if they let their foot off the gas or got too arrogant, whatever the Chiefs did. And the Bengals have shown that if teams give them a chance, they can crawl back. Like, you got to finish the game, with your foot on the gas pedal. So I feel like there's a counter punch and the Bengals bring it close, but I think the Rams end up winning just because I think they're a more complete team. And I also want to see Matthew Stafford win a Super Bowl.
That's fair.
But I think it's going to be like 29-24-ish.
Rams.
Yes.
A lot of odd scores today.
29. Yeah, 29-24. We'll go with that.
So 23-19.
Rams.
You want Rams?
Yes.
Okay, so 23-19 Bengals. 26-23 Rams. 23-20 Rams. And you were what?
And 29-24 Rams.
Any other thoughts?
There was one I was going to say.
Well, Carl Rams for last time. I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, I hope Matt Gay hits the game-winning field goal, too, because I was clowned upon, but he was. 92%.
You said he was all pro.
He is.
And then he proceeded. Then he
was the
proceeded to
second
miss
team.
that field goal in the Buccaneers game. They should have lost if
92% this season. Second highest behind
Wrap
Justin
it
Tucker.
up.
Second highest behind
Thanks for
Justin Tucker.
listening to the
Justin
Frenemies
Tucker,
podcast.
Matt Gay.
See you later.